Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you recall, in the last episode I said I'll be doing a giveaway. So as a token of my appreciation, I'll be giving away £20 to 3 subscribers. All you have to do is subscribe, drop me a comment. It could be new or subscribers, so if you're an old school subscriber, you are also entered as well. So it's just to say thank you for sticking with me, and buy yourself a drink while you crack on with your DIY projects or think about the next project you're going to do. So yeah, all you got to do, subscribe, and I will confirm in the next episode. Peace. We have had sign off from the electrician to get it all bored up. He's happy with the cablings, etc. So what I'm doing, as I'm on my own at the minute, I will be putting the ceiling in first and then butting all of the boards up. But what I've done is I've cut down, as you can see, it's lower, so I can put the board in, I can shift it up and then start screwing it in properly. Just got two holding it in place. It's currently sitting on the floor. So what I'm doing is I'm now going to measure up for this one. We've got a really thick set of joists there where it meets the door. We've got a centre one, and then we've got our top and 2 centre supports. So what I'm doing is, before I put this in place, I've marked on this board where the joists are, because when I obviously put the board here, I'm not going to be able to see these anymore. So at least when I put it on, I can see where the joists sit, and then I know where they sit on this. I've got plenty of room to play with this side, and then here as well, and then I know where they are at the top and the bottom. So definitely always a good idea to mark. I've also put a mark on the ceiling, so I know where this upright sits, and I put one at the bottom as well. So definitely recommended, so you don't end up drilling in loads of and missing, as I've done there. Yeah, I've marked out, as I said, marked out where I'm going. So I've now cut this board down. I've taken down the off cut so I can kind of move this into position. And then once it's in, I can open this door, cut around where it sits, so I can take it off, because what I don't want to do is cut this board up to here and then put another section here. I kind of want to have it up across to where it needs to go, and then again onto the next one. Reason being is because I don't want it to start cracking or forming cracks because of movement where the door sits. So yeah, keep on with this until I've got another set of hands. I've also made this little jig as well to help with the putting the ceiling ones on. These boards are very heavy for what they are, but they're heavy and fragile. So this is definitely a two-man job to do the ceiling. But what I thought is I can do this jig. It allows me to support the other side while the other person screws in, without there being too much flex in the board. So it's designed to go this side because that side is 7 centimeters higher. So I've done it where it's just enough. I think there's probably about 2 to 3 inches gap, which is, I say, reasonable flex. And then again, I've marked the ceilings where all of the joists are. But what I've also done is I've put this board, and then I've put 400 centers. So when doing the center of the board, all you got to do is just line that up and then just drill, and then screw in where all of those 400 centers are, and then what you'll see is they fit in perfectly with these joists. And then it just helps so we're not missing holes, and it just gets the board secure a lot quicker. Because we're cutting at an angle, what we want to do is cut that bit with a saw, because if we just try and snap it, it will end up pulling the top bit off as well, which we need. So just gonna get a handsaw to cut this section, and then we can snap the rest. guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. So we are continuing on. I got a bit carried away. Me and my neighbour essentially started putting all the plasterboard up. The ceiling, 100% a two-man job, and very much so this acoustic board, because it's so heavy, we had to cut it into two sections and then sort of join them back together because it is just so weighty. And what was happening is when we put it up as one, we had obviously the support, we put it up as one, but it was pulling straight through the screws. So that was the first board we tried, and we thought, right, okay, it's not going to work the way we want it to, so we just cut them in half, and it's perfectly fine, exactly the same. It's all going to get skimmed and buttered together, etc., and all that good stuff. So yeah, perfectly happy with that. And then we just started cracking on with the walls. So got to finish off this wall, got to tidy up the top of that and push it up, and then again the same with these two walls, and then we've got our final boards to install in this area here. So other than that, it's really coming together. Once this is done, the electrician can come, he can poke his holes, get all the electrics done, and then the cladding, and then effectively it would be usable, but it's obviously got to get plastered or skimmed, whichever I decide to do. At the minute, I'm kind of the opinion to skim it. I'm going to give it a try. I've never done it before. No doubt I'll get halfway through and wish I'd just paid to get someone to plaster it, but we'll see what the end effect is. And then just the cladding. But as we are currently going through we're going through a HGV driver shortage, which the government has decided to tell everyone we're going through a fuel shortage, and now there's no fuel and no HGV drivers to deliver the cladding, etc. It's not a big deal. It comes when it comes, but hopefully it comes before the winter really kicks in, is my main concern. But when it comes, I've got plenty of things to do up until then anyway. So what I've been doing, I've been doing a lot of the boards on my own. For the walls, my neighbour just gave me a little tip because I don't have a board lifter. So what I've been doing is getting a plank of wood, getting some OSB, slotting it underneath. So essentially kind of using it as a jack, stepping on the other side and jacking it up. So I've just got to do these two walls, and yeah, so these two walls here, which has been effective. So I'm going to continue on and hopefully give you some plasterboard content. My neighbour was kind enough as well to buy me one of these. I was struggling. This is an absolute godsend. Just helps you clean up the top of the boards. So you just run it across the top. For any cut boards that you've done, fantastic little bit of kit. So I definitely owe my neighbour a drink for that one. So Russ, if you're listening, nice one, appreciate it. And then yeah, it's coming together. I'm really pleased with it so far. So it now is starting to kind of look like an actual room. So yeah,